Beep, 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 beep.
Whatever we do, change is coming. It's coming with the implosion of our imperium, and it's coming with the rapid degradation of the ecosystem itself. And there's nothing we can do to stop it. How will we cope with this change? Will we respond actively? Will we learn to speak to the world with a new humility and recreate structures within our own communities for sustainability? Or will we continue to live in illusion? And in a way, it's a matter of awakening ourselves to our new reality and responding to it.
Wait, that was the wrong button. Well. Who is it? Wait, yeah, it's me. There's probably a lot of ads or whatever. I don't know. That's why I play the fucking intro music for so long, is so that it just plays ads. I don't want to put the ads on there, but how am I supposed to be a grifter if I don't have ads on shit? It's a conundrum. It's a conundrum. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of the best worst show on the internet. This show sucks. It sucks real bad. There's very many other shows out there that are much, much better that you can watch, but if you find yourself here, well, be amazed. Well, it doesn't even matter. So, yeah, there has been some updates in the Nick, Rekieta, Mr. Baldo, whatever the fuck we're going to be calling him these days, because obviously there's just too many fucking funny ass things to be calling out. I mean, seriously, if I go over to the Kiwi Farms page for it, it seems like they've like recreated everything. There's like a whole fucking new like forum that they have created. It's got all of the shit on it. I mean, it's kind of crazy, man, like how the internet has come together on this particular piece of information. And with the release of said search warrant, I feel like there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, damn, I really wish I wouldn't have been simping for this dude or something. But yes, today we're going to be talking about Nicholas Robert Rekieta Law, Nick Rekieta, cokehead Minnesotian lawyer, name only, internet shock jock, libertine, boomer coomer, rumbers, white ass or white bread ass N-word, and end stage cancer failure. I mean, there was a lot of other no's. They call him Breaking Baldo. Is this like an episode of Breaking Baldo? I don't know. It's just kind of nuts, man. It's kind of nuts. So, either way, got to make some shout outs to the people in the chat, like Riley
Wiley
Sal.
Sal says,
He pays me money.
Ola.
Thanks, dude, that pays me money. I appreciate that. Thanks for making the Griffcast what it is, a grift. What's up, Austin 108? How you doing out there?
Pixel Pixie says,
Sorry about the ads.
so many ads.
Fat dudes needs to make money too, okay? I need to make money too. What's up? No one here yet. Nice to see your little eyeballs out there in the chat.
Hi,
Hello.
Stacy says. Hi.
Well, hi, Stacy. Hi. Okay, yeah, that made sense. What's up,
Russell Dufresne says, what up, peeps?
He's another one of those people that pays me money, so we like him extra much. Yeah, you notice how that is? We like all the people that pay us money, and all the people that don't pay us money. We like them too, but not as much. I don't know how that works. I think that's how grifting works. I'm not sure. I'm not that great at it. We used to be like, number one grifter, but now that everybody found out that it was barely a joke, shit, the money be going down. And honestly, I feel like the money in all of these different situations that we've been looking at has been pretty fucking weird, okay? Because it's always been the same group. Like, how did the YouTube Illuminati's number one lawyer end up being the number one dumbass? I don't know how that works. I didn't make that happen. I'm just here rather coyly enjoying the situation because it's kind of crazy to think, just a year ago, Nick was like some number one YouTube lawyer. He had his whole harem of other lawyers that were like, simping for him and shit. Some of those guys are still doing the same things. And we're going to be looking at them today because it's kind of crazy how LawTube is like exploding under the pressure of this entire thing, because we all know that they're a bunch of shitty lawyers, because if you're a good lawyer, you probably wouldn't be spending all of your time on YouTube, right? And as we've proven in the past on this channel, passing the bar is not exactly the hardest thing. You definitely don't need to go to school for 7 years to do that. You just need to be able to read and not be a dumbass. So, them trying to think or say that they're on a different level than other regular ass people, I mean, dude, just read a fucking book. You can't read? Well, that's your first fucking problem. Learn how to read. Then go read the books. And eventually you learn how to contextualize that shit. Or you could just be like me and have an eidetic memory, and then you just remember that shit. Either way, it's fine. It's fine. So it's a day stream, and the reason that we're doing sort of a day stream today is because I'm off of work today, obviously. So, I figured, hey, might as well try to get in there, make some of them griff bucks. You know what I'm saying? Might as well be taking in all the cheese, my knees. Anyways. But really, I just wanted to talk about this because it's just been like, I wanted to go live earlier about it, but then I'm just sitting here watching all this shit happen, and then I'm like, all right, I gotta wait. But yes, there has been a released piece of document that is public that has a lot of different stuff. And yeah, I know you complain about my ads, Mrs. Pixel Pixie. Although the people on Rumble, they don't see the ads. The people on Twitter, they don't see the ads. The people on Twitch, they see ads, but they never complain about it because nobody ever watches on Twitch because that place is accessible. And then I'm also on Kick, but I don't actually think anybody actually watches anything on Kick. Is there anybody out there on Kick? Holy shit, there is another person out there on Kick. Wait, why don't I have the Kick chat open? Holy shit. Well, hello to Buddy Guy Streams. Nice to see you out there lurking. Whatever. Goddamn, I was talking shit about Kick, and there's actually somebody watching over. I feel like an asshole. Well, I am an asshole, so that doesn't really matter. It's not like I'm good at this. I only do this because I got nothing better to do, and I like having fun. So, yes, there has been releases of documents, and we're going to look at that now. We don't fuck around over here on this channel. We give zero fucks about how people view or say or do whatever it is that they do in this internet particular persuasion. But damn, somebody over on Kiwi Farms got the fucking goods, okay? They got the search warrant, useful _ mistake, a Fire Nation sympathizer, form sap, Thunder donor, true and honest fan. I don't know. They were the ones that, procured this information, so I figured I would just shout them out or whatever, because, I don't care if you guys know where I get my information from. Yes, I go to Kiwi Farms. I recently made an account under my own name, but I have multiple, all for asymmetrical warfare that will undoubtedly be happening in the future. But for now, I am just merely lurking until someone decides to point me out. But yes, thank you to this. I mean, thanks to this person for hooking us up on it. And honestly, like I said before, it's like Kiwi Farm seems to have had to like separate out a whole new forum, sub forum, because like there's just so much action. Like every fucking time I refresh the page, I swear to God, there's like 100 more pages that I gotta go through and read and shit like that, because like I'm keeping myself abreast of the situation. Okay, like obviously when we do our shit, we don't do it like everybody else. We show you everything that is out there. And you know what? Hey, if we get hit, whatever, it's not like we're gonna not be back later, because we could always come back. It's because we're like AIDS, motherfucker. We never go away. Or wait, maybe that's that. We're like gonorrhea, motherfucker. We always be coming back. Yeah. Yeah, probably making yourself, or you know comparing yourself to a fucking STD is probably not smart, but I never claimed to be smart. I just claim to be good at some things, I guess. Being a dumbass, I'm definitely super good at that. Anyways, so back to the document at hand. It's 11 pages long. It seems like we got some shit over here that we're probably going to have to be looking at it. But, at least we know now what really happened and what the hell was the reasoning behind this entire thing. And I think that it's really going to change most people's perspectives of it. If you were a Nick fan, you're probably not going to be a Nick fan anymore. But it says, I, Quinn Pumlin, a licensed peace officer of the state of Minnesota, make an application to the court for a warrant to search the premises and properties. Wait a minute. I should be able to get the robot to read this, right? Oh, no, I can't, because it's one of them shitty fucking... Wait, does it work? Oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't show that, but whatever.
Quinn Pomplin. Licensed. Peace. Officer in the state of Minnesota. Make an application to this court for warrant to search the premises and persons.
Why does she sound like she retarded? Well, okay, I guess I'm going to have to fucking read it then. I believe that the following described properties and things will be found. Controlled substances, including methamphetamine, cocaine, or any other controlled substance prohibited by law, and paraphernalia common associated with the sale and use of controlled substances. Items that would show controlled substance use would not qualify as illegal drug paraphernalia. But yeah, Quinn Pomlin, peace officer for the state of Minnesota, was the one that applied for the warrant, and he did so because he believed that there was going to be methamphetamine, cocaine, and other types of prohibited substances inside the home. And boy, well, as you guys know, that they were definitely inside the home, inside the safe, on the nightstand, and they had guns. So yeah, I feel like, ooh, yeah, that's good. That's like kind of what we already knew. I'm not trying to be going all crazy about it, but we could look up the house on Zillow again and show everybody that it's a beautiful, beautiful zone. And honestly, I don't know how anybody could fuck their life up. Like I could see living in a studio apartment and fucking slanging cocaine being your thing if you weren't some kind of huge YouTuber with 500,000 subscribers and shit. But honestly, fuck me, right? I don't understand how this shit works anymore. Guns, cocaine's, and kids never mix, okay? They never mix. And right here, it says right here, Nicholas Robert Rekieta, we got his birthday, and then they say that they apply for a search warrant on the following grounds. The possession of property or things above described constitutes a crime. The property or things above described constitutes evidence which tends to show a crime is committed or tends to show that the particular person has committed a crime. The fact establishing the grounds for the issuance of the search warrant are as follows. Your affiant is Detective Quinn Pumlin, a licensed peace officer in the state of Minnesota since 2009. Your affiant has been employed by the Candahoya. How the fuck do you say that? County Sheriff's Office since 2013. Since 2018, your affiant has been assigned to be a detective on the full-time basis, focusing on felony-level crimes, including but not limited to criminal sexual conduct, homicide, death investigations, missing persons, fatal motor vehicle crashes, burglary, harassment, stalking, assault, controlled substances, child sex abuse material, and financial crimes. From 2013 to 2018, your affiant was assigned to the Candahoya County Sheriff's Patrol Division for investigating street-level crimes, including but not limited to driving under the influence, controlled substance crimes, thefts, burglaries, assaults, financial crimes, frauds, and domestic violence. Yeah, dude. My fancy reading robot is kind of busted right now. For whatever reason, it can't read this document very well. But yeah, I just use the Microsoft AI to do all that shit because most people are like, "Oh, you got you probably got all kinds of shit that you got to be using for that." I'd be like, "No, you just go open up Edge and you just like read, read this bitch." But yeah, like listen, it doesn't work right.
Basis. Focusing. On. Felony.
Yeah, it's like it sounds like Mama JF's trying to read that shit. So whatever. So yes, on the basis, this guy that is applying for the warrant, when you apply for a warrant, when you're a police officer, detective, or somebody like that, you got to explain it, right? You got to explain who you is and the reason that you think that the information that you got is good enough to even get you that, because we're talking about people's rights here, and immediately this guy obviously seems to have a lot of understanding, and if you look at it, his detectiveness doesn't seem to include dumbass YouTubers, so obviously they were investigating him for, well, something else. Drugs, right? It seemed like drugs, or at least for the big time was the drugs, but obviously does this part really important to us? No. But at the same time, it gives us a great understanding of who's actually making the decisions in the case. And it shows that, yeah, this is a pretty problematic piece of information for them. So we'll just go ahead and jump ahead a little bit. Now, anyways, on May 16th, 2024, the Candahoya Kohai County Sheriff Sergeant Dave Nestor received a report of possible child neglect and controlled substance use. The reporter indicated that Rekieta, at his address, resided in the residence with his wife, Kayla Christine Rekieta, and their 5 children, ages 6 to 16. The reporter indicated that 4 people from their church had gone to him reporting neglect to the children, possible controlled substance use, and a questionable relationship with another couple. Well, there you have it. Interesting. So it wasn't just the pastor, it had to have been other people associated with the church, because it says right there 4 people, not 1 or 2 or 3, but 4 people were associated to reporting them for the neglect. So now we can all very happily rule out any of Nick Rekieta's so-called friends for being the good guys for reporting them. So all of them need to shut up. All them fools were like, I'm Nick Rekieta's friend and I stand by Nick. Yeah, you stand by Nick, but you're not going to fucking tell him to stop doing fucking yayo? What the hell is your problem? Like, you guys were buying coke off of him, weren't you? Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to see exactly why certain people are just blocking me, like that Star Wars girls, because they don't want people to find out where they're getting their fix. Probably. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Harry, that's actually very hilarious. I'm sorry.
Harry says. She swings after 5 kids. Dang.
Dude, it's like a hot dog down a hallway, man, dude. Maybe she needs 2 of them in there at once, and that just, that makes her feel better. I don't know, dude. Shit might be blown out. I've seen pictures of both Nicholas Rekieta and his wife that cannot show on the internet, and honestly, I don't want you to have to see that shit because I didn't even want to have to look at that shit. That shit's fucked up, bro. It's nasty. You're gross. They're gross, dude. Gross. Just gross ass people. Like, I've seen that kind of hedonism before. You know what I was at? It was at Burning Man. And guess what? I didn't like it. I was like, oh, this is disgusting. I just want to listen to music and have a good time. I don't want to see old man dicks fucking flying around, balls hanging out, fucking old ass, worn, leathery looking titties and shit. I don't want to see that shit. God damn. Ugh. Anyways, this isn't about me. This is about Nicholas Rekieta and his drugs. So yes, 4 people from the church are the ones that reported him. So we could pretty much assume that it was probably the pastor, the teacher, a teacher's aide, maybe somebody else that was associated with it. They all saw the same thing, that the kids were being neglected, and Nicholas Rekieta definitely looked like he was on them drugs. But whatever, you know. It was reported that Nicholas Rekieta is a social media blogger, and he and his wife Kayla had befriended hosts from a different local social media blogger. Those individuals were identified as Aaron Michael Imholt and April Diane Imholt. Your affiant knows personally these are personalities of the Steel Toll Morning Show, which used to be in St. Cloud, New Mexico, or Minnesota. However, as of recent years, the show has been a social media entertainment show strictly online based, and it's reported that the Imholts might be staying with the Requetas, and the home was in disarray and cluttered. It was reported from the church preschool teacher that the children had complained of being hungry, not being fed, and wearing the same clothes 3 to 4 days at a time and would start to smell. Oh, shit! Oh, no. That sounds like child neglect, doesn't it? Yeah, that kind of makes a whole lot of sense as to why somebody would be, getting arrested for some sort of child neglect shit, right? On top of the fact that there was a shitload of drugs in the house. But yeah, I guess if you're not feeding your kids, washing their clothes, changing their clothes, and allowing them to start to smell, maybe people in your local community, say from your church, would probably, I don't know, maybe start to make a little bit of a stink about it, which is exactly what seems to have pretty much happened. And as we can see, is the investigation is this said that it was the 16th of May that they initially started doing some of these reports, but this one is dated 5/23, right? So think about that at least a little bit more as you see that there's been a few-day investigation on the specific situation. So I guess when somebody got arrested in their car, they were probably under surveillance already now, weren't they? Imagine that. Nicholas was reported to being lethargic and appeared high or drunk driving a car around. Another individual advised and reported that Nicholas would walk out randomly during sermons at church and hadn't noticed behavioral changes in him. It was recently alleged that Kayla looks anorexic and Nicholas had lost a substantial amount of weight recently. One individual describes Nicholas of having injection or track marks on his arms, with the reporter reiterating concerns for possible neglect and controlled substance use within the home. So it's the church's fault. I see. The church people were like, yeah, these guys are looking like they're losing a lot of weight. Their kids are all fucked up. And dude looks like what we think are track marks on his arms. So yeah, do you think that the cops have reasoning or possible suspicion for them to go in it? Because it's not one person saying all of this stuff. It was fucking 4 people saying all of this stuff. On top of that, all they really had to do was fire up kiwi farms, and then they would find a plethora of literal evidence for fucking days that just shows him drinking his ass off on the internet, talking about drugs, talking about being a hedonist, all during the same time that, he's living at home with his children. And, I believe somebody in this thing just said that they did that because it says you're a fiat started to review Rekieta's and Imholt's social media blogs. The blogs are commonly related to legal issues and high-profile trials, as Nicholas is a licensed attorney, in name only, obviously. Anyways, it says, Nicholas is known to drink alcoholic beverages excessively on these video blogs. I immediately noted that Nicholas' appearance in recent months changed. In videos from January of 2024 compared to May of 2024, Nicholas appears to have lost weight, appears tired, and overall appears strung out. Common with controlled substance users, Nicholas commonly refers to his studio in his basement of his own residence. Dude's literally the troll in the basement. Nicholas has been a victim of swatting phone calls known to Eurofin and the Cuyahoga County Sheriff because of these calls. When the Cuyahoga Sheriff's calls, they were at this address, which is obviously his address, which has been doxed 1,000 times. While reviewing Imholt's social media blogs, Aaron recently indicated that he and April are getting a divorce. Aaron goes on to say that he experimented with cocaine 3 times and Molly 6 or 7 times in the past recently. What the fuck, bro? Are you serious? You're telling on yourself like that, bro? How stupid do you have to be, bro? And remember, we did watch those videos when we were going through the initial portioning of all of this, so it's not like this is new information or whatever. And it's not like you need an illegal expert to tell you about this, because I know there's a bunch of fat shit dumb fucks that are trying to really grip their asses off on this one. And I'll be honest with you, is that they're just never going to have as much information as I will, because they'll never decide that they'll go to the level that I'll go. Whatever, though. Interesting. On 12/19/2023, on 12/19/2023, what does it say right here? The Imholtz broadcasted from the Rekieta studios, with the podcast being live from Spicer through the Imholtz blogs. It was apparent that they were aware Rekieta's friends in him recently had a falling out, so it should be noticed that in the recent videos of Imholtz, April has several times appeared tired, lethargic, and strung out as well. Damn, son, this really sucks when they try to tell you that you're all strung out and shit. They're like, this dude's strung out. He's strung out. Whatever. Both Nicholas and them. Oh, wait, no. It says both Nicholas and Imholtz blogs from the Rekieta studio. It's apparent that they're in the same room with the same items in the background that appear the same. At one point during the Imholtz videos, Nicholas walks in the background and grabs an item, which shows that the background is not a backdrop curtain, it's the layout of the actual room. On 5/22, Imholtz did a video blog where he talked about Nicholas and insinuated controlled substance use in reference to video blog from Nicholas put online. On 5/21, where he'd been taken off the internet, Imholtz describes in this blog that Nicholas needs help and needs to get help for his kids because of his substance abuse issues. Imholtz points out in the video at the time there's a white powdery substance on his nose. On 5/22, your affiliate was able to review the video taken off Nicholas's YouTube and Rumble social media live. The video is from 5/21 and is of Nicholas in his basement studio talking about the court appeal ruling he lost. He appears in the video to be drinking alcoholic beverages and eventually appears under the influence of a substance or substances. The entire video blog is 4 hours and 4 minutes long. Approximately at 2:46 into the video, Nicholas leaves to use the restroom, and when he returns at 5:50, he appears to have an excited look and a white powdery substance on his nose. God damn, dude. You telling me that this poor fucking police officer sat around and just was watching all this shit? This police officer's on Kiwi Farms looking at all this shit too, I bet. Yeah, he took the video down because he had a little white powdery substance on his nose. He's like, oh, guys, I'll be right back. I gotta go do some fucking I gotta go. I'll be right back. I gotta go do some. Yeah, just get. You guys just hang out there for a second. Hold up. Hold up. Don't you just worry about it. Don't you wait. Just hold up. Woo! Woo! All right, guys, welcome back to Rekieta Law. We're going to be talking about how I lost my shit against Monograph. Oh my god! Anyways, whoo! What was I talking about? What was going on? What's I talking about? What's that going on? It's just flour, motherfuckers. Get the. It was just flour, specifically cassava flour, for anyone that needs to know. Specifically, it was cassava flour. Don't fuck it at me. But yeah, I just reenacted that situation that Nick Rekieta had. And no, I don't think Monty has said anything yet there, Harry. Although I am very patiently waiting for him to say something because I really want him to say something about this. But he's a smart man, so I don't think that he will say anything about it, at least for the present time, because it's going to be a big problem for him if he does, I think. Like he's got that court case and he's doing very well in it right now. I don't think he wants to fuck that up. So overall, I don't think he's really going to say much, but obviously he's aware and abreast of the entire situation and is just, he doesn't need to celebrate. He's already winning. No need to kick a man while he's down if you don't need to. Me, I need to because I like money. Anyways. Your affiant believes the behavior is indicative of central nervous system stimulants. Your affiant believes that based on training and experience in the behavior of Nicholas, that he ingested this white powdery substance through the nasal cavity well off camera. Your affiant is known through training and experience in adjusting controlled substances through the nasal cavity is common amongst controlled substance users and often refers to as snorting. Your affiant also noted throughout the video Nicholas seems to be under the influence of the substance to the point that he has to close one eye to read his screen, rambles, and slurs his speech. Nicholas was obviously not able to take care for his children in this state of intoxication. It should be noted that your affiant was a drug recognition evaluator for several years, and based on your affiant's training and experience, the behavioral of Nicholas in his video blogs indicates polysubstance use, meaning that it is believed he was ingesting more than one substance based on his behavior, being both excited and nearly passing out. This could be consistent with the behavior of using both CNS stimulants and depressants, which, if you haven't know, when people get into the drugs, and as I've talked about, you usually have your bag of C and you have your bag of K, cocaine and ketamine, and then they do them invariably because the thought process here is that, the cocaine gets you up, but then the ketamine's going to bring you back down a little bit. But effectively, you're just basically destroying your fucking heart in every way, shape, or form. But as far as we can tell here, at least the cop, whoever this cop is, actually seems to be pretty good because, because in my personal experience working at music festivals doing medical, the main thing that I was doing half the time was trying to assess behavior from individuals to suss out what types of fucking shit they were on so that we could actually level them to the correct locations. Like, we didn't want to deal with anybody that was drunk. If you're a drunk, we're probably just going to let the police take you because we don't care about it. But, if you're on Molly or fucking acid or something like that, our systems are designed to take care of people like you that take way too much of the thing that you shouldn't be taking in the first place. But we understand how to identify it, and snorters, people that do those types of controlled substances, whether any of the powders really, all have basically the same way of acting. The way that you tell the difference in between what they're doing is how they're acting. Cokies are always really upbeat, moving around and, fucking with their nose. The ketamine guys are usually the ones that are sitting on the floor or chilling out somewhere, like, and then the people on the other stuff, well, like the mollies and shit. Most of the time they're usually like that. Pretty much exactly like that, actually. Like, I'm not even fucking joking. So it's like, he understood it. He saw it. He gets it. And he's like, yo, these motherfuckers are got on all these drugs. And this is why I believe that the reports of neglect and substance abuse are valid. Oh, interesting. And it was previously mentioned information that your affiant is requesting a search of the location for the above items listed in relation to the welfare of the children in the home in relation to the controlled substance investigation. Holy shit. Do you see that right there? The controlled substance investigation. And they also requested to search Nicholas Robert Rekieta. So it's probably one of the better things. Like, you don't really have to be a lawyer at all to understand the legalese that is placed forward here. But, this is an entirely ironclad warrant. There's no way that some fucking dipshit lawyer from Minnesota would be able to take it on. This is way higher than his pay grade. I myself could do bill out lawyer shit at $2.50 an hour all day, probably pretty easily. But I choose not to do it or whatever because that shit sucks. But like, I don't think this dude's ever been able to get more than $50 to $100 an hour based on what I've seen of his entire practice. And then the fact that he's thinking that he's going to just kind of go off on people and talk about things and think he's going to defend himself in this situation. Not only is he totally fucked, I don't think there's really any way for him to try to attack the warrant because on top of everything that is in it, it's very detailed and clear where we have somebody that has video evidence of him doing drugs inside of his home near his streaming setup, which is automatically enough probable cause for him to request a warrant. All of the other stuff that was within it is just basically like fucking buffer, right? They could have done it just by the kids being neglected, right? But it would have been a more CPS type situation. But the fact that there was multiple reports of neglect from multiple different people, and the fact that they actually had video evidence that was reviewed by an actual detective makes it pretty much like there's no way that any lawyer out there worth their salt, including dumbass fat Robert Barnes in Las Vegas, there's no way that he would be able to win that case. And, Barnes might have, got really fucking lucky back in the day. He ain't done shit in the future. So it's kind of weird to me that anybody would have been defending him or saying anything about it. And honestly, it shows that the YouTube Illuminati, these are the people that I've been calling the Illuminati for a long time, have been basically kind of all together in this. Like, don't you remember a year ago, everybody was basically dick riding Nick Rekieta like he was the greatest thing since sliced bread, and they were just putting off your boy. Well, yeah, you did the Eliza Blue expose, but you know what? You're just a piece of shit. We're going to steal your content and, get rid of you. Well, why were they all going to Rekieta in the first place? What was the big reason that he was the big cool guy? Because it was like he was the biggest lawyer, or is there some other reason that they would have been going to him? I don't know, being like, oh, he throws all the best swinger parties and he's got all the best drugs, and we want to get some of that. So just think about that. Think about who's been going over to the house and hanging out, doing all the stuff. Because, yeah, those are the ones that were actually doing all of the things, right? And when we look at the actual thing itself for this thing, they're talking about methamphetamine, cocaine, controlled substances, and they found all of those things. Did they not? They found scales, they found controlled substances, everything that they requested to look for within the search warrant was found. Can you believe that? How often does that fucking happen? Almost never. But guess what? There's really nothing that you could do or argue about it. Like, any lawyer that, like I said, would be worth their salt would not be defending any of this right now because you literally don't have a defense. Your defense would only be in the future if you actually decided to take this case would be to how are we going to plead this down or fix this so my client doesn't get half as much jail time, because fighting this would be like almost impossible, right? It would be like trying to knock an asteroid out of the fucking from trying to stop an asteroid from hitting the earth by only throwing a fucking teeny tiny stone at it. Be like literally impossible. You'd have to be throwing that stone real fucking hard, real fucking fast. So yeah, think about that. Think about that, guys. We're in bonkers YouTube land. Like, did you ever think that we would have a drug baron on YouTube that would be this big? I mean, ever since the whole Keffel situation where she spent $100,000 on cocaine, it starts to bring me back and be like, God damn, son, like, how many people on YouTube are on drugs, dude? It's crazy.
Pixel
Crazy.
Pixie says. That is wild. There are communities of people who just get messed up on YouTube.
Yep. That's right. You're right. And
Bud Satani says.
Bud Satani, nice
Who
to
made
see
a live
you.
one.
I like it when you make it over here. That's our boy right there. Make sure you go check out his channel. He's a good dude. What do you got for me, Mr. Blacksmith?
MR Blacksmith says. I'm sorry, Honor, cocaine just smells really good.
Your Honor, I don't have a problem with cocaine, Your Honor. I just like the way it smells, okay? I just like the way it smells. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, what is he gonna do? Like, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? I don't know what they're gonna do. Wait, somebody else in here? Who's Super Mastermind? I don't know. I've never seen this fuck face before.
Super Mastermind says. Debarred lawyers still have uses. You get a lawyer, and a debarred lawyer. The debarred lawyer will fill you in on things that a lawyer and the judge and the other lawyer might do together, at times.
Okay. I got you. Okay. Yeah, that is actually a line of a song. But you gotta think, dude. It's like, he's got no way of fighting any of this stuff. Like, the fact that they saw him on stream with the white powdery substance is enough for them to get that. You know, it's enough. And then the fact that he was drinking and stuff, it was enough. And then even adding in all the stuff with the kids, guess what? It's just more than enough. More than enough. There's just like no lawyer that would be ridiculous, like right in their mind. They would have to have zero morality, like no morality whatsoever to even try to like take this thing on. Because it's almost untenable. Literally almost untenable. Untenable. Now, what does this say? The possession of property or these things described above constitutes a crime. The property or things above described constitute evidence which tends to show a crime has been committed or tends to show that a particular person has committed a crime. It's really all they need, right? They just need that probable cause, and we got it. They got it. And you know what? How did they get it? He put it out there himself. He live streamed himself doing it. And all the years that I was doing crazy shit, the one thing that you don't do is live stream yourself doing illegal shit. You just don't do it, my friends, because that's how you get caught, because the cops will watch that shit. And as we've seen, a lot of people in the past have tried to accuse me of doing illegal shit on the internet only for nothing to fucking happen to me because I wasn't doing illegal shit. That was the whole point, right? That's the whole, like end of the item. End of the item. So think about this. We got the trust fund kingpin. We got the trust fund cocaine kingpin, Nicholas Rekieta, at the top of the pecking order, falling from grace in the hardest way possible, and everyone and their mom is punching him on the way down, which is much deserved. I'm sitting here punching too. I'm no better than the rest of the grifters out there. I run the Griftcast. The only difference is people don't actually send me money anymore. They send it all to them, because apparently they like getting lied to better than they like getting told the truth. And the truth here is that these people have taken a lot of time and money from you. Where do you think he was getting the money to pay for the cocaine? Probably the people that were making the donations from him. it's a vicious fucking cycle when you really look at it, when you really start to put it together in this particular way. And you got to even think that more stuff is happening behind the scenes than anyone cares to admit, right? Just the fact that this is dropped down, there's now tons of people out there that are in private group DMs and stuff like that talking about this and all game planning together how they're going to attack this situation. And I think what Ben Levy right here.
Ben Levi says. Legal Mindset said Nick is flipping out in private and ranting and raving to people in DMS and group messages.
Yep, I heard that. I actually have a video of him saying some of that stuff. Yeah.
Spee says. It's simple. Don't pick your nose and do illegal stuff while streaming.
Yeah.
SMH.
That seems like fucking really, really fucking simple. Don't do illegal shit. Fucking stuff your nose with cocaine and shit. Yeah. Right. And anyways, here's the inventory property sheet that's filled out by hand for evidence. And, here we go. 1 sword tube cocaine. Something about big baggy quarter cut bag. I don't know. Like, this guy's fucking handwriting is atrocious. 2 credit cards, April, Imholt. Bro, how the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with your handwriting, bro? Jesus Christ, man. This is like the worst chicken scratch that I've ever fucking seen, dude. Like, come on, man. Is that a fucking that's a ZIP? Like, this motherfucker can't even write in like the letters the same fucking size. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Look, he fucked up over here. 2, 4. Okay, there's a fuck up right there. Really, bro? Really, bro? Could have just fucking put a line through it or rewrote it over the top. God damn. The fuck, dude. Metal pen, white powder, digital scale, 2 snort tubes, $100 bill with white battery substance. This is all the stuff that we've seen before, but it's the actual written down version of this. What is this? Sig Sauer 380 handgun? Sig Sauer 380? What kind of pussy ass shit is that? Springfield Armory 45 1911. Oh, that's actually not that bad. In the garage safe though? He had a Springfield 45. All right, that's a decent gun right there. But the 308 handgun? A 308, bro? Like, come on, bro. Seriously, get like a fucking Magnum or something like that. Get like a real fucking man's gun. All right, well, he had a Remington A70. That's a 12 action. That's a decent shotgun, actually. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good shotgun. I mean, I'm a Mossberg guy myself, but I'm not gonna knock anybody for getting a Remington 870. I believe everybody should own a shotgun of some kind. Something with the tube under it that you can pump. Just good old pump action. Just good old pumpy. You need to have a pumpy. I don't care if you get a Remington or a Mossberg or whatever. Just have one. Like just in case and shit. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, bro. I don't know. And that's pretty much it, like that's it. So, as far as we know right now, that's been the biggest piece of information that has dropped so far. And I think it obviously changes the perspective of what's happening here for a lot of people because it shows that, not only was there a lot of evidence, all of the stuff that the internet doesn't is found. Well, guess what? The cops saw all the same shit. So he's kind of in this situation where, what? Kiwi Farms probably kind of fucked him here just because they've been keeping tabs on this situation for a very, very long time. And, as I showed you before, is that, like these particular threads that they're a part of or whatever. I mean, this one on his own, this thing is at 4702. 4702. 4,702 pages. That's fucking crazy, bro. That is crazy. That is how wrapped up and nutty it is. That's the reason I'm even making a video on it now, because apparently people give a fuck about this. People care. which is crazy to me. But I'm looking at Twitter right now. There's 248 viewers. So people obviously care, On YouTube, we got 63 viewers. No, I gotta go click on Rumble. What Rumble? It says that there was 5 to 10, which is probably meaning that there's really just only 5. You start to realize that, legalese and legal analysis aside, I think some of these guys out there are really just kind of tooting their own horn at this particular juncture. One guy that's been going around everywhere tooting his own horn is fucking April's husband, Andrew, or Aaron, right? Like, I saw him yesterday on Keto Casino where he was spilling the beans and dropping all kinds of juice on his relationship because he obviously is trying to soak up as much. I don't know what he's trying to soak up. He ain't getting no respect for me being a cuck and shit, but as far as I'm aware, apparently he was boning out Rekieta's wife a bunch. And yeah, that was a little bit weird.
Screwing the lid, and I'm just saying, I'm audibly out loud guys saying, no, don't. Full of cocaine.
Full of cocaine.
It was the bullet, right?
It was the bullet.
He left it in the couch.
He was sitting on the couch watching something,
on
and
purpose?
It just sat there. No, it just fell out of his pocket and sat there next to my fucking 4-year-old after I'd asked him not to bring this shit into my house. So didn't respect. By the way, this is why this guy, bury him under the jail.
Wait, it was next to your kid?
Respect me a fucking wink. Didn't bat an eye. What's that, Andy?
It was next to your kid?
It was next to my 4-year-old.
Oh my God. It's over.
I yelled.
Yeah. He's really going out there and sharing a whole lot of information about everything that he has been a part of. And honestly, like, I don't think people are buying it. Like, here's another one. Aaron Imholt. Hey, sweetie, keep it shut. I was working here for these conversations, and you or only 4 of us have gotten our wives arrested. Only one of us have gotten our wives arrested due to a drug habit. If you'll excuse me, I have to go make dinner for my children. Sweetie, like you have any credibility on this topic after cucking your wife to so-called internet drug addict. Also, way to use his kids for internet jokes. Classy as fuck. Yeah. So, they're like coming together, they're doing all this negative shit, and just kind of going around and like looking at all the different stuff that's being said. Yeah, right. Now, this guy is a calculus equation. His credibility approaches negative infinity. Nick would trash Vic a lot. He trashed his sexuality, but said it wasn't his fault. It was Vic's fault. Bro. Oh, look, it's Melody Mac. Praying for you and your family, Nix. Please don't let people bring you down. We're rooting for you. Fuck you, enabler. Pray for his kids, not him, you trad thought. If you were really Christian, you would know what Jesus really doesn't look too kindly on child abuse. Matthew 18:2-6. Read it and learn, bitch. Yeah, that's real. That's just another thing that people are looking into or trying to figure out what's happening. And I think that the more that I keep looking into it, it's just crazy, bro. How many of these motherfuckers were actually fucking saying this crazy ass shit? This is prior to it coming out. Here's another one. If she was really Christian, she would be ignoring his blasphemy cokehead swinger. Need I name more grave sins he partakes in and unrepentant? We're supposed to pray that people find Jesus. I'm praying and rooting for someone is not validating anything. Jesus can redeem anyone. Like, yeah, he can, but like, he also said that, he would tell you that he didn't recognize you if you just kept doing shit and were unrepentant about it, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah, he did, actually. Yeah, he did. Huh. He literally insults our religion multiple times in streets. He needs rehab most, not social media enabling. Which is right. It's really weird how a lot of these other enablers are on these things, and it just kind of like drives me to think that, they don't actually care about any of the things that they're saying. They're just trying to be real nice because, he's still big man on the totem pole to them. He was their fucking connect. He was their hookup. And they got to save it for him, right? And what says, and Paul the apostle Saul persecuted Christians before he was saved. Jesus can redeem anyone. Like I said, praying for someone is not enabling him. Yeah, okay. Here's another one. Veto comedy. I'm sure the best thing for those kids is some loudmouth YouTube grifting piece of shit to talk trash about their father and to suggest it's his fault that the state may have traumatized his children with heavy-handed cowboy bullshit. The quartering. Both parents drunk and on drugs, guns and ammo out, drugs laying out, allegedly driving kids around a few hours after being blackout drunk, cop beating down the door, kids homeschooling, so they see it all. Pastor has to go into the police. My kids were never in danger. Nick Rekieta to Ethan Shriver. My kids have never been in danger ever, and that is what hurt. Yeah. We don't know if there's any really true validity to that little phone call that's coming out, but what's this? Good logic. When I needed help learning what to do, Rekieta was there, selflessly teaching me how to best fish from his own lake. It is rare to meet someone who is so based, intelligent, talented, and selfless. That's why I'm there for him, both for who he is and what he has done for me personally. I have low tolerance for those who display glee and casting judgment on him, especially from those who he has shown kindness to. I'm not blind to his flaws, and if the charges are true, I don't excuse the selfishness, and I will not enable further self-destruction, but I will always stand with him and help him be the Nick that everybody remembers and fell in love with. Nick Rekieta is my true friend. Oh, God. What's this? Viewer discretion. Why the world should support Nick Rekieta. Oh, wow. Yeah. Telling you, dude, they fucked him up with that medallion, bro. That medallion is really what got him. Is that Josh? Is that Noel right there? Anyone ever demands loyalty from you, they're not acting in your interest in mind. In all instances I've ever felt loyalty towards someone, it was unspoken and implicit. The people demanding commentators run for cover for Rekieta out of loyalty should be dismissed entirely. And I gotta say, I do agree with that. What's this? What what if it's not criminal activity? What if I rub baby powder on my face and post a video? What if I smoke oregano and post that? You mean what if I pretend to do criminal activity? Why the fuck would you invite the government into your life like that? Yeah, actually, Law Team Sean, you're fucking right. Why would Nick Rekieta go do fucking cocaine in the bathroom, coming on stream with fucking cocaine on his nose, inviting government into his life like that? Yeah, I don't know. That seems like he really, really wanted to have it happen. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You think Nick sent the medallion to Dick Masterson so he'll be the next to fall? Well, we hope so. Somebody needs to take him out of it. Is it Israel blacked? I don't believe in the conspiracy to take down Nick down by the government, but I do believe Aaron Imbel minimalized his involvement in reporting Nick and even lied about not reporting him to law enforcement. See the pin video on my profile. Potentially criminal. Odd Tom Sean. I don't disagree. Which is another guy, good old fatty Sean is going out there, and he got pretty much his entire start off of Nick, but obviously he's going in on him like a crazy person now because he likes that sweet, sweet cheddar. He wants to take that void, but he hasn't realized that, he doesn't got the looks for that. By this logic, everyone who posts bong rips to YouTube has enough probable cause to be raided. Yes, don't document your criminal activity. To be fair, Sean, how do you get controlled substance warrant based on these facts? I like both of you guys. He literally posted a video of himself doing drugs on the internet. Yeah, yeah, see? Saying the same thing that the lawyers are saying, just in a different way. Yep, he helped me, and then I made my own way. He let me know when you exposed the conspiracy to take down Nick. I'm sure the halls of power in Minnesota tremble at Nick's alcoholism. I'm sure you'll have the governor's scalp in no time flat. If anyone ever helps you in your career, you are legally obligated to run PR defense for their drug addiction and child neglect. Yep, if only I knew the first time was Nick was on suicide lacked. Interesting. It's all inevitable, I think. Yeah. The more I look at a lot of this stuff, the clearer it is. And I mean, here's another YouTube lawyer, Viva Frey. A lot of people are displaying very clear reading comprehension errors as it relates to their analysis of the Rekieta warrant application. The affidavit does not say Rekieta's kids reported neglect. It says that it was reported from the church preschool teacher that the children had complained of being hungry. There's a big legal factual difference that should be not confounded in the analysis. On the human level, we all have come to our own conclusions based on our observations of Rekieta's behavior and devotion over the last while. But from a legal perspective, too many people are infusing their own personal beliefs and knowledge in reading the warrant. I know what I believe to be on a personal level, but people need to be careful in predicating their analysis based on their personal beliefs. Oh yeah, Viva? Is that you and good old fucking fat boy trying to come together on this because you can't disparage other Rumble creators? Is that what's going on here? Just to point out, that's what he posted out there a little bit closer. To phrase it in a more impactful manner, the affiant is telling the judge what the preschool teacher told the affiant the kids allegedly told the preschool teacher. Yeah, I don't think that changes anything about this. I mean, you can blame whoever you want to blame, but it seems like most people that were putting out any type of legal analysis on it were pretty clear and crystal about what happened on it, right? Yeah, I think it was, right? And then another thing that I think that I've gotten out of this entire thing, which is here's from Alex Stein. Due to the recent developments of child neglect, Vic no longer wants to be associated with the Nick Rekieta criminal proceedings and will not be joining the show tonight. Vic had no idea about the wife swapping or child neglect, and he no longer wants to be associated with Nick at all. Wow. Vic Miganoa? Whatever? Oh, wow. What happened? It's almost like somebody's decided to figure something out. Yeah. Wasn't this the guy that helped him get his original start, right? Like, wasn't it this guy using Nick as his lawyer for something and Nick just totally bungled the absolute fuck out of it? Yeah, that's exactly what fucking happened. Right? And now he's basically taking himself out of the equation, which, I mean, he should have done a long time ago, but I guess the fact that he's doing it now is a real happy situation for at least a lot of these people. I mean, here's Robert Barnes. Never hire this grifter for your defense lawyer. The only reason the guy's got a channel is because of Rekieta, who he's now grifting off of and attacking. Only a constitutionally illiterate idiot would say you can get a search warrant of someone's host based on interpreting a podcast. Well, Robert Barnes, that's not what anybody was actually saying. No, they actually saw Nick display signs of drug use and used the 521 stream as proof. He fucked himself. And that's exactly what we read in the warrant, but you know what? Good old Las Vegas lawyer Robert Barnes is trying to tell you that you're fucking dumb. Nah, he's fucking dumb. Like I've been trying to tell you for a really long time. And he's basically blocking anybody that calls out Rekieta in any other kind of way. Yeah.
My house is nice.
I get to go hunting here. This is great.
It's a fucking cozy part of Minnesota.
It's cold, though. It's cold.
Until
it
the
is, but that's why I have a hot
hits.
tub.
Yeah.
When it's and deliver a lot of fun shit to a lot of people who enjoy having fun. My house is nice.
I get to go hunting here. This is
It's a
great.
fucking cozy part of Minnesota.
Cold though. You know it's cold.
Until
It
the
is, but that's why I have a hot
hits.
tub.
Yeah.
Tell you when it's and deliver a lot of fun shit to a lot of people who enjoy having fun. My house is nice.
You deliver a lot of fun shit to a lot of people having fun? What kind of fun shit are you talking about? You talking about that fun white snow shit? Living your best life? Yeah, dude, I live in this big house in Minnesota. I got a big ass YouTube channel, and I'm a drug dealer. And I'll be making deliveries. I make deliveries too, but I mean, I deliver fucking pizzas and shit. So, like, I ain't delivering no drugs to nobody. What the fuck, bro? And I don't think I'd be admitting that shit on the internet if it was me. You guys remember this person? Good old Evie Warner from the Shuggy Show. She came up on our fucking channel. And you remember what she looked like? That shit was hilarious. Goodness gracious. Look at the cost to get the body cam footage. Nate the lawyer, Moshi May, LawTube Shub. It looks like I'll be waiting for someone to spend this from the farms as the money to spend. Yes, your request has been received, and I spoke with their department head, and this case is still being investigated. At the present time, there's an open, active investigation. I also contacted our forensic staff that handles the body cam footage and received a rough estimate of what it would cost for the body cam footage. The fee is $60 per hour, which would be roughly about 50 hours to go through the body cams. This fee for just the footage is $3,000, and that would need to be paid before it can be released. Let me know if you have any questions. Anybody got 3 to 4 G's that they want to cough up real quick so we can get the Nick Rekieta body cam footage? I mean, that's pretty expensive, but I'm guaranteeing that shit's gonna be funny as fuck. Just to see the part where he throws down just to see the part where Nick Rekieta gets the warrant, reads it, and then throws it on the ground and then gets punched in the eye. Like, I want to see the proof. I want to see the proof, right? Because he obviously didn't get punched by any of the ladies because there was no charges for that. I want to see that shit. So yeah, $3,000. $3,000 for that shit. Yeah. Yeah. Look at Nate the lawyer, Stocky McStockerson himself, one of Nick Rekieta's good boys or whatever, is out here shitting on him too. They finally released the search warrant for Nick Rekieta. Is it probable cause? Yeah. They had probable cause. They had probable cause. Of course they had probable cause. Yeah, and FOIA should be free, but a lot of those requests cost money because, well, somebody's got to go through all this shit. And then somebody mentioned legal mindset saying something about some shit earlier.
Guys, we'll talk about this after this.
Good old Andrew Esquire living in Thailand who calls himself legal mindset but isn't actually a lawyer in Florida. Yeah, really fucking weird. This guy's probably the weirdest internet lawyer grifter to me because he's not actually a fucking lawyer anymore. I mean, I guess he was at one point, and now he doesn't have a law license because there is no Andrew Esquire in fucking Florida with a fucking law license paid for or anything like that. So, he's another sketchball in this arena. He obviously is probably in on the cocaine proceedings with his good buddy Rekieta, and it's super fucking funny to see him also, cut tail and run on him like that.
And I'm not going to dox the DMs, but I'm going to tell you something that I know right now for a fact because I'm actually just looking at it right now. Nick's
like, if I go down, I'm taking you with me. And that's why he's only talking about it right now because he's worried.
Nick is flipping out right now in private. And he is, I'm watching some DMs right now. He's going fucking nuts. Nick is going nuts. And I would expect that Nick may make some statements, which you probably shouldn't make, and may go live. But he is, I'm watching him right now live as we're speaking. I'm poking my eye over. He's going fucking crazy.
He's going fucking crazy. Cool, man. Cool, man. What's this? Law 2 Baldo washers are in? What an absolute F word. Here's the currently updated list. Kurt from Uncivil Law. I care about Nick, not the kids. Fuck the pastor. He turned in my friend. Robert Barnes. This was unconstitutional and a conspiracy. Be afraid. They're planning a conspiracy against Nick and we should all be afraid. Megan Fox. Not that one. He was so full of like, and the evil Kiwi Farms did this to him. Laughing at him now is just as disgusting as what he's accused of. Juju the cow, Dax Herrera. I talked to Nick and he's fine. He misses his kid. This is all unconstitutional. Fuck the pastor. Vito the pedo. Everything Juju says. Ethan Van Schriever, EVS. I talked to Nick and I stand by him. Good logic. Nick is my friend and I'm going to be there through the good times and the bad. And Nick is going to come out of this because he loves his kids and his family. Legal mindset. Barnes actually had a lot of good points in levity. He's listening. PPP is all the straw man arguments, and you Kiwi farmers better prove to me why this didn't violate the Constitution. Anna, that Star Wars scorer. Aaron is a clout-chasing rat who was just as much into swinging his drugs as Nick was. Nick will have the redemption arc for sure. Danny on direct. We all need to give Nick love, not hate. BTM reviews, 5-hour cope screen. Carolyn Poroshenko, Kiwi Farms did this. I want to block all Kiwi farmers. Good logic. Joe, the world needs to support Nick Rekieta. That umbrella guy. No child, your warrant doesn't count here. Woo! Seriously, these people are so salty. Like, they're mad at Kiwi Farms like Kiwi Farms did. In everything that we've seen, Kiwi Farms hasn't been mentioned or brought up in any way, shape, or form by any type of law enforcement whatsoever. And to be clear, the law enforcement didn't even have to go to Kiwi Farms to find all this information because they was easily accessible on Twitter, YouTube, and various other places that they already have immediate access to. And that they could look themselves. So it's kind of crazy that all these people are like, oh, it's the Fourth Amendment. We should legalize all drugs and all this other shit. And they're all happy to make all these claims about doing it, but they don't understand the work that goes into any type of legalization process. I worked on the legalization process for marijuana in Arizona and even gave pointers and tips for the one here in Nevada. And I think a lot of people fail to realize how many years of your life goes into trying to get stuff like this put forward in the first place. So, I don't see any of these fuckwads trying to get cocaine legalized or ketamine legalized. I've never heard one of these fucking dipshits talk about any of the organizations or tried to donate money or raise money for any of the organizations trying to work to get that shit legalized. Nope. Haven't heard of any of that. I've never heard the word MAPS come out of their mouth other than talking about minor attracted pedophiles. I've never heard of them talk about the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelics, right? Nope. Never heard any of them talk about that or any of the work they've done with Molly or ketamine with veterans and whatnot and getting stuff like mushrooms legalized for veterans to work on their PTSD. Yeah, it's just really weird, right? They never talk about any of that stuff. It's just the fact that, Nick was their big boy friend, and now that he's gone down as a drug dealer, they're all trying to round and circle the wagons. And I've been calling these people the YouTube Illuminati for a long time, right? And when we were initially being introduced to them, or they were being introduced to me, because obviously a lot of those guys didn't have any understanding of who I was, and quickly realized that they had fucked up with putting me on their platforms and decided to get rid of me altogether and cut me out of the situation. And if you look at it, every single person that came up a year ago during the Eliza Blue situation is wrapped up in this Rekieta situation. And that's by design, right? It's because they're all incestuously hanging out together on everybody else's stream. They got their secret DM rooms and stuff like that where they're all coordinating who's going to talk about what and what's going to be next. And yeah, you start to realize that, man, there's a bigger deal here. And, it kind of reminds me of something that I heard happen just recently with a dark net market. There was an online dark net market that was taken down, or that got taken down, but prior to it getting taken down, dude got hacked, so he started trying to extort all of the people that he was sending stuff to for more money to say, oh, guess what? All those encrypted messages that we had, well, they weren't actually encrypted, and if you don't pay me money, um, we're just going to release all of them. And to me, it seems more like a situation where all of these individuals, like Anna, the Star Wars girl, and everyone else that's been over to their house and hung out with them, is all now part of the cocaine conspiracy. Because they were all probably doing blow and shit with him too. And they probably paid him money for it in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, they're probably trying to keep in his good graces because they don't want him to take them down. Yeah. 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 That's probably what it is. That's what it could be. I don't know if that's exactly what it is, but if we come back over to another post, I think this person Trash Cat on the forums makes some pretty good points. No idea. I'm bumping here's the new edit in people in case they didn't see it. If you've already seen Kino Casino's Aaron episode or read the transcript, what did Aaron Holt reveal? He confirms they were wife swapping. Aaron fucked Kayla dozens to 100 times. Nick tried to convince Aaron to use the Baldo. They all slept in the same bed, the Rekieta's in the middle. Kayla said Aaron was her soulmate. The house is much dirtier than the cops made it out to be in the report. Dirty clothes were strewed everywhere. Nick and Kayla were unhappy for a long time. Kayla said Nick gaslights her. Aaron and Kayla would be upstairs fucking while Nick did his show, and April was in the corner demon. Sometimes Nick would walk in on them and lose his mind. Fix her story. Nick and Kayla were screaming at each other in the bathroom. Nick left in anger and told Aaron to go in there and fix her, and then goes in there and speaks to her. Nick returns and they're screaming at each other with Aaron in the middle. Kayla leaves and Nick does 2 lines of coke. Kayla would take books titled The Safety of Marriage and throw them at Nick. What the fuck? That's on the Kino Casino, which is actually this right here. I mean, it's fucking 3 hours goddamn long, bro. I still don't have enough time to go through all of this, but you guys are right, dude. It's a high school.
Ben Levi says, sounds like a high school cliche.
Whoa,
Sewer Guy Rob says, hi all.
That's my boy. What's up, boy? What's up, bud? Hi. So yeah, I'll just put the chat up over here. So yeah, we can look at this and say a bunch of different things. Like I'd like to sit here and go through the Kino Casino clips, but I think it's just better for you guys to watch it because I ain't got 3 hours to be scrubbing through all of that and trying to find all of it. If somebody had put it up on the farm, it would have probably been a lot better. But now we're starting to get the idea. Like Aaron is trying to be a hero in this situation and divert people's attention and dump on Rekieta because, oh, well, I'm divorcing them and, I got out of there. But, he didn't report him to the cops, so he says, right? So until he actually admits that he did, I mean, he's no better than any of the rest of them. And neither are these other fuckwads that I think are associated to this thing in any way, shape, or form because so many people are plotting it. Right? And, think about this. Like, this is the kind of shit that I've been seeing from people. So many people are applauding Nick Rekieta's downfall, and it's disgusting. Anyone publicly cheering for a fellow human to fall is part of the problem. Rekieta Allah has been good to me, and I wish him and his family the best, and I hope he's able to recover this for the better. I mean, yeah, I'm sure that everybody wants to be that cool and nice to him, but a lot of people don't really want to say any of that stuff because most of us live in fucking reality where once somebody gets popped up for any type of illegal shit like that, most people are going to walk the fuck away and they're going to stay the fuck away. And it's even weirder when people don't walk away, especially online personas and personalities that had them on his shows and were all about it. I mean, dude, he used to go on that Nerdrotic show, and Nerdrotic used to be a fucking addict, and he didn't say anything. He didn't bring anything up. Or is that the reason that Nick stopped appearing on the shows? Because it was fairly clear to the addict that the other addict was on a fucking bender. Yet nobody listened to him, even though Nerdrotic should be the fucking number one guy in that zone. Everybody was going to Nick because he was way cooler, right? Because he does drugs and he's all into hedonism, and the guy that, fucking lost everything because of drugs and now talks about it in a positive way. Yeah, he's not the guy to fucking listen to in this shit, right? I don't think that's the way that it's actually going to be shaken out or working out, but looking at Robert Barnes and looking at all these other individuals that are very, very poorly trying to defend the undefendable is a bigger question for me. If you're blocking people over investigating this while making videos and creating content about it, you're a fucking asshole. I'm sorry to say. Even more so, no one really cares if you have some sort of fucking bullshit. And I mean, look at this. Viva Frey. Barnes Law doesn't have a contract with Rumble, so that's a minor flaw in this amazing stupid theory. As far as I know, there's no contractual obligations to promote other Rumble creators, so why would we agree to such a provision given the variety of content creators on Rumble? I certainly have none. Under no realm or universe have I ever agreed to such a conceptual provision, and nor would my support or critique of another content creator be based on anything other than on my free judgment. I'm not sure if Nick is under contract with Rumble any longer, but I would be the only material insofar that any morality cause that might exist between him and Rumble.
Does Barnes have a financial investment and he make? Oh, shit! I didn't think about that.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, fuck. Oh, guys.
Oh, wait, you mean fucking Andrew Esquire, the fake fucking YouTube lawyer, is like getting a super chat for $6 and being like, oh, bro, dude, yeah, dude, conspiracy time.
I just didn't even, thank you for this. Thank you, Mike Middleton. This is why super chats come up big. Thank you, Mike Middleton. MM's, they're both signed in with Rumble contracts. And Rumble apps.
Oh shit, we got a follower on Twitch. I didn't even notice, dude. It was like 29 minutes ago. Piz Reprete. Thanks for following on the shittiest platform we stream to. We appreciate you.
Absolutely has its creators promote each other. I know this. I actually found this out recently.
You found this out recently?
So, absolutely, because they both have a Rumble contract. That is a great point. He may be almost contractually obliged. In fact, if he was to disparage him, there might even be a termination of his contract.
Oh yeah, good logic right there. That's the legal mindset in a nutshell, dude. Let's just fucking make up some weird fucking crazy shit. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Yep, children are most definitely secondary to these kinds of creeps there, Sewer Guy Rubs. I agree with you on that particular persuasion. I mean, that's really where we're at, dude. Like, we got a bunch of fucking creeps on both sides saying some bullshit about everything. And honestly, the only thing that I could even come out for this one is that the only person that did any type of wrong in this situation seems to be Nick Rekieta, right? And Nick Rekieta was the one that gave the cops the ability to raid him. And there's literally in no world that video evidence can be produced in that they wouldn't be able to have a rock solid case on this whole thing. And the fact that it even mentions it by date and time and the fact that they located it just goes to show that anybody trying to defend this type of shit right now or make it about like any type of, oh, it's constitutional, it's unconstitutional, it's this and this. I mean, they're just proving to you that they don't have any actual fucking idea what they're talking about. And they're also proving to you why they're YouTubers now instead of lawyers is because they weren't worth their fucking weight as a lawyer, so they started being a YouTuber, because I know how much some good lawyers cost. I got a real good one right now that costs $450 fucking dollars an hour. That was not a cheap retainer at all for that particular persuasion. And anyways, if we have to actually go to fucking trial, it goes from $450 to $500 an hour. And I mean, this guy definitely knows what he's doing and would never be involved in any of this stuff because it's just pointless to him. But when you see these guys that are just talking about it and giving us all this bullshit, whatever, it just doesn't make you. It just doesn't make anything about it. So we got fights going on everywhere. Legal Mindset is fighting with this person, which is fighting with that person. And it's literally just grifty grifters being grifters, trying to pull the drama together, collect the ducats so they can make more money off of what they consider to be low IQ individuals, and distract from the actual problem that we've all been talking about for a long time. At the end of the day, Nick Rekieta ruined his own family and lost his kids, right? He ain't getting them kids back for a while now until all this stuff is over. And there's still a pretty good possibility that he's going to be going to jail or prison for a really, really long time. And I mean, you can support him as a friend and hope that he goes to rehab, but you know what? You have to put your fucking foot down and say that, you know what, I'm not going to be friends with this person until they fix their shit. But some of these people are like, oh, I'm still going to be friends with them through the thick and thin, and I don't give a fuck what anybody else says. They're just trying to rat themselves up. They're just trying to make money. They're trying to do what I'm doing. Fuck them. Yeah. It's all just a problem, okay? And that's pretty much it we have today. We've looked at everything that I think is of importance. If you want to really get more information into the drama side of things, just look up Aaron Imholt. He's been going on many different areas. I recommend you go watch his interview with the Kino Casino. 3 fucking hours long, but I mean, it's just him basically incriminating himself into all of this stuff and trying to, gain sympathy for being a part of it in some kind of way. I mean, it really just doesn't the whole situation doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, to be perfectly honest. Yep. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Okay? It doesn't. It really doesn't, dude. Like, I tried to think about it. I tried to give it like the good old idea, and it's just kind of crazy, dude. I think the only other thing that we could look at would be, fucking a new live chat. Hey, old chat is old. Here's a new one because it buried the old one. Lady are doing okay for the moment. Thanks for all the well wishes. There's a lot to be said, and a lot being said that should be addressed at some point. Let me say this, stories are always more complicated than they sound. My life has always been a little more complex than it looks. Unlike chatter must, however, take a backseat to my current legal matters. Thank you for believing me or at least supporting me while you watch this unfold. I will keep doing the stream soon, but it probably won't be today. I'll try and keep posting updates as appropriate. I guess see you again soon. Yeah. Yeah. Think about that. There's a live chat going on right now. Just hit join chat. Non-supporters may only send a message if there is a tip attached. Yeah. Let's just take a look. I will do whatever it needs to be doing with my family, full advice of counsel and consideration of reality, but people want solved in a week. Sorry, it will be a while. Post all memes. I want someone to archive them so when this is over, I can properly mock myself. Yeah. So it looks like Nick is still, I guess, talking to his people and doing all the good stuff. He's still trying to be all full of life and whatnot, but I just don't see it happening, man. And it's weird to see which creators are coming out of which side on this whole argument, because essentially that's really all it is an argument. And I mean, I don't think anything really big is going to go up even more so, but, a lot of people, wanted to point this out. I figured I'd point it out too, is that there's a lot of videos from the church, live streams and stuff that you could go watch And when you're a member of an evangelical Christian covenant, yeah, most of them are not going to be really too keen on anybody drinking or doing drugs or anything like that. So it makes a whole hell of a lot of sense why they would have said something about it in the first place. So with that, that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. I appreciate y'all coming on through and speaking with us today and taking all of this in stride. But it's kind of crazy, man. We do it a lot differently than other people do, but we still ask you, hey, if you like what we do here, hit the like button, subscribe, share us with your friends, or don't, whatever. Probably not going to anyway. But we'll definitely be back later, probably with some more content of a different nature. And as this particular situation starts to unfold more, we'll definitely be giving you guys the information as it comes out. So appreciate y'all for being here. Thanks, Sewer Guy Rob. Thanks, George. Thanks, Ben Levi, Thetis, Timbermo, and everybody else that's out there tonight. We appreciate y'all for at least stopping by and checking in on this. But this situation is fucking crazy, bro. And it's even crazier that all of the same shitheads that we were dealing with a year ago are starting to come back, and they're all imploding in their own little special ways. And then that should just be a constant reminder to you that you don't fuck over Defango, because Defango's the one that's going to end up winning always, because he knows how time works. I know how time works. Yeah, I do. Shit's going to get crazier, I believe, though. Either way, much love to you. Have a good night, guys. See you later. Bye-bye now. Be good out there. Don't do anything I want to do. Definitely don't go buy shitloads of cocaine and get arrested like fucking Nick Rekieta, because that's dumb shit. You real fucking dummy. You did that shit. Tell you what.